Welcome to this catalyst. For best results, listen every day for 7 days, then repeat as necessary for reinforcement. We will now begin. Be sure you can safely give this audio your full attention and have consulted a healthcare professional. Before going into that state of focused attention on my voice, move yourself to get nice and comfortable, with your arms by your sides and legs uncrossed. Don't go into that altered state of consciousness just yet. Make sure that you won't be interrupted during our session. And when you do, become relaxed yet focused. Gently take a few deep, slow, soothing breaths and allow your eyes to gently close as you turn your mental focus now inside. And you gently concentrate on your calm breathing now as you hear my voice in the center of your head. Now, I will explain the catalyst installation procedure. First, your mind and body are gently guided into a suggestive state of consciousness, and your mind is primed to follow basic instructions and just act. Next, you are assisted to imagine the hallway of distortion, followed by the chair of ultimate comfort, from which you may be offered some words of wisdom from the caring, wise old man, because it will stimulate your subconscious mind and the installation will commence, creating new neural pathways within your physical brain. You will be awake and aware during this process. Now, let's get started on this enjoyable and calming process. You will hear a count backwards from 5 through to 0. And as you hear each number, open your eyes and inhale deeply. Then, when you exhale, gently allow your eyes to close. Let's begin. 5. Eyes open, inhale. And then slowly exhale, eyes closing, relaxing your body. 4. Eyes open, inhale. And then slowly exhale, eyes closing, rolling back into your head. 3. Eyes open, inhale. And then slowly exhale, eyes closing, turning your focus inside. 2. Eyes open, inhale. And then slowly exhale, eyes closing, whole body relaxing down now. 1. Eyes open, inhale. And then slowly exhale, eyes closing, and the last time now. 0. Eyes open, inhale. And then slowly exhale, eyes closing, and relax down deep inside now. And imagine or visualize before you a large, shiny door, and you reach forward and press your hand against the cool, solid wall panel, and the door glides smoothly out of the way. And in front of you now, a new room, a safe, dark, mysterious hallway, with no walls or ceiling, with steps lit up on the floor to guide your way. Inside here is where you need to go. And when you do, my voice will go with you, as will mine. And feeling excited and happy, you act now and enter this hallway. At first, you may notice how calm and peaceful this hallway makes you feel, or you may notice that if you look closely at the darkness around you, you realize it shows a delicate matrix of interconnected nodes, all brilliantly coloured. So many of them, there seems to be more than the stars in the night sky, and they seem so brilliantly complex, pulsing, powerful, delicate. It seems to always be growing in action, adding like netting of changing colour and secret knowledge. The universe spanning out forever here inside your mind. Now it's time to travel down the hallway, and you find yourself slowly and calmly walking down with the steps lit up before you, enjoying the calm comfort of this secret place, walking slowly towards something up ahead. Coming up on your side, you see a magnificent window lit up with a scene beyond, and as you reach the window, you stop, and through there is a beautiful scene with fresh grass, children and animals playing, and a tall tree standing graceful and protective over them all. The sun high in the sky, the day bright and happy in the middle of a beautiful summer, and you draw your focus away from the view through the window now, which means instead focusing inside along that lit up path as you walk calmly down the hallway now, following the steps so carefully laid out in front of you. You can't miss them, already under your feet. Just need to act. Automatic movement. And up ahead, again on the same side, a second window, slowly approaching. And as you reach this window, a familiar yet naturally changed scene. The same tree, standing proud and tall, with a magnificent autumn display of both muted and bright oranges, reds, yellows and browns, leaves floating around gently on the breeze as the children play below, their feet crunching the delicate blanket of crinkly leaves, and you take a moment to admire this new scene, and then you move forward, further down, along the lit up path in front of you, and the next window slowly comes up on the same side, which means this time you find yourself feeling eager to look out, eager to see the natural change. And now, a peaceful winter scene, snow blanketing the tree, heavy on its branches, layering the ground, with the children laughing and playing in the snow, leaving footprints everywhere they go, and the sun glimpses meekly overhead, warming the scene, and you see small animals scampering to and fro, and then you move, carrying on without thinking, further down inside the building, wanting more, until you reach the final scene, the last window, and because you find yourself eager now to embrace the new scene, the natural change, and to experience the glory of natural growth and progression, you feel excitement, and before you now, the same beautiful tree once more, in all of the glory of a bright, vibrant spring, with blossoms in bloom all over the tree in the most beautiful colour. Children are laughing because they are playing in the grass, and young, new animals are frolicking, thrilled and excited. You smile to yourself and you slowly turn away from the window and move your focus deeper inside as you calmly begin to walk once more along the path laid out in front of you. And as you continue to move down the calm, soothing hallway, the interconnected nodes fascinate you, delicately intricate and yet powerful, as you continue along. And in the distance, something bright ahead of you, end of the path, deep inside, friendly and welcoming, lit up, and you walk closer along your path, and you realize it is a chair, bright in the mysterious darkness, waiting for you. And as you continue to move and get closer and closer, you see that this chair is such a comfortable looking chair, and soon you will be relaxing deep into the chair, allowing yourself to rest and focus deep inside as you get closer and closer until the chair is right there in front of you. Please now sit in the chair of ultimate comfort, and you reach out and touch the soft, comforting fabric, and take a moment and allow yourself to gently and slowly sit down in this chair deep, and you feel the waves of relaxation, comfort and calm washing over you. And every time you hear the word deep, you stop whatever you are doing, whatever thoughts you have, and quickly and calmly enter this hypnotic state, and the relaxation travels from the head all the way through to the toes as you sink into pure comfort. And all around you, the scene seems to light up because now you notice another chair near yours with a kind, caring old man smiling at you, and a magnificent fireplace in front of you both, gently warming your face. Please now listen to the caring, wise old man. He has much wisdom to share. And as you stare into the deep, dancing flames, always in action, the kind, caring old man, the wise old man, begins to speak now as you stare into the flames of the fire. Let me tell you about a man I once knew, a man of great skill, talent, and ability, but he rarely used it. He owned some land, this man did, and as he was walking around on his property one day, he noticed that some of his land was cut off from the rest by a river. He often didn't have friends over to his property for shame of it, but never really paid it much attention. He'd never really noticed it before. But this time, as he was walking his property, he did notice the river, and on the other side, he saw wonderful, fertile land that he could enjoy if he so chose. At first, he decided it would be too much effort to try cross the river, but something had changed in him now that he noticed the river. He found it irritating how he kept noticing it. It stood out to him, made him uncomfortable, and he started thinking about what it might be like to be able to go to the other side. And so he decided that it was time now to do something about it, that he was a master of his own destiny and could easily change how he behaves. And so he started gathering wood and nails and all of his tools, and though it seemed like a large task, he started and began to build a bridge to get across this annoying river. It was difficult at first. He seemed to make little progress at the beginning, but every time he thought to give up, he felt incredibly uncomfortable whenever the river was in eyesight, even when trying not to notice it. And so he started automatically going back to the river to work on the bridge once more, to relieve that awful feeling, and felt a great sense of relief and enjoyment every time he worked on his bridge. Now, on some days, he felt he didn't have the energy to work on the bridge. He thought that he really didn't want to, or made other excuses to himself. But every time Without thinking, he just started doing little bits, working on it automatically, and something miraculous happened. Whenever he started working on the bridge, he started feeling more energetic. Indeed, as he worked on his bridge, he felt happy, relaxed, and calm, and had a clear mind. And it wasn't long until he had a beautiful, clean, and tidy bridge on his property. He now enjoyed so much more from his property, experienced so much more. He had to maintain his bridge, of course, and often did little bits to maintain and keep it presentable. And he enjoyed having people over to visit his property, and he automatically kept his bridge in good working order without having to think about it, because he'd learned to love working on his bridge and found it to be immensely satisfying. And as the old man smiles kindly, cheerful, caring eyes, the room once more begins to change around you, and you find yourself on a magnificent beach that stretches out as far as you can see in both directions. The perfect temperature lingering in the air, the gentle scent of the beach filling your senses, and you see the brilliant sun gently gliding slowly downwards behind the perfectly calm blanket of beautiful ocean before you, and you find yourself relaxing deeply, enjoying the scene, and you watch the sun slowly setting, always in action, calm and gentle, displaying a magnificent rainbow of colours playing across the sky. Down near the other end of the beach, there is a person. They wave to you, but you can't quite make out who they are. Please now move down the beach towards the other person. You are drawn towards them. This is someone that you love and trust completely, and you begin to move automatically towards them. And as you get closer, you recognize who they are and laugh that you are looking at yourself. And as you come up in front of this copy of yourself, you recognize the familiar features. Visualize or imagine or feel the comfort that exists within yourself. The other you smiles. Catalyst is fully loaded and ready for installation. I will read a list of the changes, and your subconscious mind will take them and assume them as part of your persona. Installation will now commence. Observe the image of yourself change and grow as the installation completes. The other you smiles, but you watch as the other you, their smile falters on their face. The image of yourself looking at you, growing concerned as you look down and around, and notice the environment changing all around yourself, becoming cluttered, messy, untidy, unclean. Everything grows darker and dull, and there appears a great distance between yourself and your image, and you notice the effect that this untidy environment has upon your mood, your posture, how you think, on how people see you in your sad, dark, gloomy, and cluttered world. The other you, far in the distance, reaches for you, wanting to help. You notice the environment around them change to be the opposite of yours. The other you stands in a beautiful, tidy, and clean environment, and you can see how it has uplifted their mood, cleared their mind, lowered their stress. Everything over there seems to be brighter, happier. You see yourself there as someone who takes care of themselves. You aren't a burden on anyone else. You understand that the way you live is a direct reflection on the way you feel, on the way you think, and vice versa. And you are someone in control. You clean your environment for yourself. You clean and tidy every day without thinking, just acting, often with a plan of attack, and you often concentrate on a single place, focused until completion, starting in a corner or a room, completing each small task one at a time. And this clean, new you is always looking for new ways to be more organized, tidy. Everything has a place, and everything in its place, clearing away unnecessary items, recycling, donating, throwing away. And you find it easy to maintain a standard of clean and tidy, always clearing back to neutral, leaving your space neat and tidy for yourself, because a clean, tidy environment reduces the risk of health issues, has clear psychological benefits, and can make you feel better in ways that you never knew existed. And you are pleased and surprised at how easy it is to keep things neat and tidy, to clean a little bit often isn't much effort. Everything has a place, everything in its place. You seem to draw energy from cleaning, and simply by listening to this Hypno app, you are pledging to be a neater, tidier person. And you know that you continue to breathe even when You aren't consciously thinking about it. You tie shoelaces without having to stop and think about it, because so much of what you do is handled for you by your subconscious mind, and you love organizing things. You enjoy the structure of having your things organized, clothes neatly arranged, and you often use baskets and drawers, and you notice the piles of things that sometimes arise, and you organize them neatly and efficiently, and you know how much more effort it is when things get messy to clean them back to that state of cleanliness. So instead, you clean a little and often, maintaining that nice, clean, clear state, putting everything back in its correct place, not leaving a room until it's clear once more. Everything has a place, and everything is in its place. And you look at the clutter and mess all around you once more, and notice how uncomfortable it makes you feel, a growing unease deep within you when you can see the clutter, the mess, things not put away, unease, the dishes not washed, uncomfortable, dislike, wanting to act, wanting to fix, and decide that enough is enough and start to clean automatically without even thinking, body moving without thought, easy and simple, and feel that immediate relief from taking action, the calm and ease and pleasure and enjoyment. And you are now a clean, neat, and tidy person. You now have the habits, and you act easily and without effort, often finding the act of tidying to be energizing, finding enjoyment in the steady, simple act, and the image of yourself, the clean, neat, tidy person, comes closer towards you, the distance growing less and less until they are there in front of you. Visualize or imagine or feel this new version of yourself right there in front of you, the new you. Allow yourself to be completely immersed in this person in front of you. If you feel or see anything out of place or anything that needs to be added or changed, just do that. Just add it in, change and adapt this version of yourself until you feel in every fiber of your being that the image is perfect. Catalyst has now fully loaded. When ready to accept these wonderful changes, step into the other version in front of you, saving the programming as part of your true self. Now step forward and embrace these new changes. And you feel the air around you vibrate with power as you feel this new image become one with you. The changes surface from deep within yourself. Light seems to be streaming from your body, and you feel yourself smiling, and the scene around you begins to change now as you see yourself standing once more on the path within the curious darkness of your deep, safe inner mind. The chair far behind you now as you travel along, back down that path, past the windows. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and through the doorway, and feeling invigorated and energized. Open your eyes, feeling wide awake and refreshed and content. Eyes are open and have a big stretch now, and feeling wide awake. This catalyst has successfully completed. I recommend you seek out new experiences to practice your new skills as soon as possible.